This is J14. This basically looks the way I remember it looking. There's really no telling what it is we're going to find on the inside. I never really had any problems with it being bright and fun. It is a kids magazine. There's no reason why it can't look like this. So it's actually a really, really nice second page cover. That's probably just about right. These are the people you can get in touch with if you want to send any sort of letter or drive down there. So far everything looks alright. That's basically what you want to do, is advertising fun products. It is a kids magazine. Goofy pictures are fine. That's fine. Oh my gosh, my magazine. That's fine. It is a kids magazine. Sometimes you have to think about what age group it is you're dealing with. And do your occupation is what I call it. I mean, every single day, someone new turns 8 years old. So you're supposed to know that going into your job every morning. You're supposed to thank your lucky stars that you have a position that millions would kill for. And life could be different. So it is what it's supposed to be. It's Selena picture. I don't know who you are. It's another Lucy Hale lookalike. That's what I'm talking about. I mean, you could just call her, unless you want to frustrate her. And that's probably as close as you could get. Lucy will now has a multi-million-dollar phone call to make out of pure frustration reasons alone. So when you can't pay your own bills, you always can try and make prostitution money, and that would actually make me livid. Like, I would want to start burning things to the ground for an exact copy without even calling me and asking me if I want to be in a whatever hair color photography slot. So, and no matter what you may say, the writers of this magazine had to actually approve it. So they saved their power punch, obviously. It's like, look at, we're just so nice and sweet. And then, I mean, a Lucy Hale fuck over would be basically pretty exciting when it's that screwed up. And I don't ever actually read anything Kardashian. Sora Kardashian, anything, quite a long time ago. And it looks like we're all starting to realize just exactly why. For obvious reasons. No one knows who any of them are. Not even a single one of them. Not a single Disney show to explain why it is that they're there. It gives a lot of question and answer time with the publicists. You have to actually sit down and Q&A each one of them. And for not knowing who any of them are and not having any Disney music station on why it is they would actually be popular, you can only then just assume that they're stand-ins. So, don't know you. Never heard of you in my whole life. I recognize you, and I don't know anybody else here. Actually, that guy from One Direction. And then never. So, you should probably know who people are. What station are you famous for? We don't know because we don't have any more music anymore. Obviously, everyone knows who she is. we finally have a famous page. God forbid, right? I actually could feel that spell cast just now. Maybe you could too. I don't know. But I could have swore by actually acknowledging we have finally a celebrity page that it was going against some kind of grindstone. Like it's taboo to give them their own starlight that they've earned. And I could feel the tension, believe it or not, just saying it out loud for how much problems everybody around these celebrities give them just for earning the love of the entire world. And so it's very, very sad. I always feel like they need a lot more support than they're getting. Scary. The threats. Right on the next page. So, one page so far out of 2 magazines that was kind of dedicated towards the celebrities that we all know and love, straight from the Disney Channel. So, this is that one funny show. I can't remember the name of it though. Oh look, we finally have one single glamour page. This is what I mean about how they'll actually, as the corporation of the magazine industry, they find these, or they take the pictures weeks apart, and there's no law saying that they can't use a really, really old picture, and they'll finally, after another girl comes into the building for photography reasons, they'll get a girl to select the same dress, or they'll select it and say, yeah, I really do like that, and then they'll say, look at what you've done. And now, if you have money, and I don't, but if you have money and you have the right phone numbers, believe it or not, I don't have this happen to me, but I already know it does happen. But basically, here's what happens inside. You go, and they do that for you without your permission, because they know that there are men out there that have already had menage a trois, surprising circumstances. Now, what it is they're setting up basically is she doesn't know her, and they weren't there at the same time when they wore the same dress. But the fantasy has already been there, and the money is the driving difference between what can happen legally. Where I come from, it's illegal, but where they go from, it's legal. And so because it can happen and has happened and is supported even by the magazine industry, what happens is he says, I really like her, and then I want her to come in after I'm already with her. In fact, I want them to not know each other, and then her be really, really surprised by anything I'm doing to her. And it's called shock factor. Like, why are you doing this? Now, he's already mixed up in pornography. In fact, he's already still hard up from the night before. He's still hard up from something before. So based on already still being hard up, that is the confusing part about mixing 2 girls that don't even like each other. And that's what's called shock factor. Meaning, he'll go on anything. And so, because he'll go on anything, the magazine breaks the law by actually creating a fantasy that neither girl actually agreed with, but the guy and their agents won't say no to. And so based on the fantasy accidentally presenting himself and the money being the driving difference, what happens is you get one and you get the other one, and one of the two is really disturbed after it's all over with. So that's how they do it in these magazine industries, is they suggest it to people that are rapists to start with. And then by suggesting it, that's all that matters. And then the amount of money is the difference that pays the publicists the illegal money in between. And so that's what they do. These girls weren't there at the same time. But by presenting the fantasy early is just what gets the pornographic porn star label owners um, to call them up and then put something together. And then that's sort of, I guess, what we have on the next page. That's nice. And so yeah. Look, a last minute attempt. Doesn't that just look more modest, like something that something that you and me would see as like, oh, like shouldn't, being that you purchased the magazine, shouldn't you be the deciding factor? Like, oh, like you got your own love life, you know, you got your girlfriend, or you got the girl down the street, or you got the girl at work. And so sometimes, when's the last time you saw this? Try and think back in your mind. When's the last time you ever saw a star put next to another star in that fashion that immediately ignites the, oh, they look so cute together. And that's kind of what it is I'm talking about.